My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Dan and I just did our full Monkey Knife Fight breakdown, and the recording had an issue. So I am doing it again. If you don't know what Monkey Knife Fight is, it is the easiest thing in the world and the easiest way to make money watching fights, period. End of story. All you need to do is go in here, you pick a fighter, you say how many strikes they will land, more or less, and you 2.5 times your money. You bet 10, you win 25. You bet 20, you win 50. Easiest thing in the world. I'm going to walk you through our favorite picks and plays. Go to weonpicks.com/MKF, promo code WWP. They will instantly match your deposit. So let's take a look at the main event. I have already played all of these, but I'm going to walk you through anyway. We have Sean Strickland versus Uriah Hall. Sean Strickland, 108.5 strike versus Uriah Hall, 56.5 strikes. All we need to do is say, will Sean land more or less? Will Uriah land more or less? And I think the play here is actually more. We did this earlier, and the Sean Strickland line was much higher, and they definitely worked it down. So I'm going to do more on Sean, more on Uriah Hall. I do think it's a busy fight. I think Sean Strickland stays in his face, moves forward. Uriah Hall, traditionally a low volume, slow output kind of guy, but with Sean Strickland in his face, that may force him to be busier. So I'm going to do more. Let's go ahead, play 20 to win 50. You lock it in. I've already done all these. You lock it in. Easiest thing in the world. Let's move on to the co-main event. Co-main event, we have Ronnie Yaya versus Kyung Ho Kang. We have 88.5 for Kang, 44.5 for Yaha. I think this is a hard line. Earlier, it was very easy. These were much higher. This is a hard line right now. I think the play is probably less more. I think we'll get less out of Kang and more out of Ronnie. This is mostly a grappling affair. Kang, a grappler. Yanni, a grappler. I think they're going to spend a lot of time worrying about each other's grappling, that they're not going to overcommit to strikes. And even if Kang, who's probably the better striker, starts to get off, Ronnie's going to shoot, drive, try to work those takedowns, and not let him hit a rhythm. So I think Ronnie will do more than 44, Kang less than 88. I hate splitting. I like more, less, but I just think this is a really far apart line, and I think it'll be a very close fight. And if anything, I see Ronnie getting a finish. So you could do less if you think Ronnie gets an early finish. It may go a little longer. He may loosen him up with some strikes before he gets there. So I'm going to do less on Kang, more on Yanni. I've already locked this in, but again, 20 to win 50. Now let's take a look at some slates. My favorite is Knockout Kings. Knockout Kings is the easiest thing in the world. All I need to do is pick 3 fighters. 3. And then I figure out how much money I want to risk. So 3 fighters that can win by knockout. So I actually think Jason Witt is very live in this fight. I think his wrestling is going to be an issue for Barberena, who does get taken down. With that being said, he has less than no chin, and Barberena will be very live for that knockout. I also have Rafa Garcia winning by knockout, and then I can do Meltic Bagarsian or Danny Chavez. Both of those guys are also super live for a knockout. Let's say Danny over Kai Kamaka. Now, if I get one knockout, I 1.25 times my money, which means I get my money back and 25% profit. If I get 2 knockouts, I can 2.5 times my money. 3 knockouts, 6 times my money. I am going to do 1. I'm very conservative. I only like to risk a little bit, and I like pretty much short things, and that's exactly what we have here. So I'll do $20. It is 20 to win 25, but this is basically a guarantee. I just need one of these guys to get a knockout. Only one. So let's go ahead and submit that. And again, I've already played all these. The last thing I'll show you is you can tie these things together. you can start to mix and match and get yourself much larger payouts. You can go all the way up to 6 for 6 is 25 times your money. That's pretty hard. What I do like is 3 for 3 to 5 times your money. Let's grab a 3 for 3. We have Sean Strickland at 142.5, Cheyenne Bays at 105.5, and Brian Barberine at 101.5. I absolutely think every single one of those is under that line. Play the less. I mean, that's a lot of strikes. I definitely see the under. Cheyenne is the risky one. She's the risky one in this, but 142, you see this is lower than the line we saw before. That's because this is moving as we speak. Brian Barberena will probably win by knockout or get held down by wrestling. He's not going to get off 101. I like this. I honestly, I put $100 on this one earlier. I maxed it out. I would recommend the same or similar. I maxed out a different one. I actually had 3 different fighters. I'll show you that in a second. Here, this is worth $50. And here's some of the lines that I've already played. I have $100 on Stolze, Gooden, and Kang. I did a less on all 3. I did 100 to win 500. Big risk for me. I'm not usually that big of a guy. Then I put $50 on Knockout Kings, Barberena, Bagdasarian, and Garcia. I did another 20 on Kang and Yaha. I did the less on both. I got a much higher line than exists right now. And then Strickland and Hall, I did the less and the more, which is a very different line than I just showed you because I got these at a different time. Those are our picks. Those are our plays. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. Promo code WWP will instantly match your deposit. If you're new and you're a little nervous about this, use the free money. Do the deposit, get the free money, use the free money, keep your real money. Good luck, and we'll see you Saturday.